Hello, everyone, men, women, or in-betweens, or whatever you are, however you are. I only hope you're safe for yourself and safe for others. Then everything's A-OK, okay? What I wanted to touch base on today. Oh man, I'm age 67 and I belong to plenty of fish stateside. Well, I don't belong to these jerks. I mean, but I'm a member or listed up with plenty of fish dating sites on the internet and Megamate's phone dating sites where they have men for women, women for men section, you call it. And, I live in Houston. It's part of the Houston area. Even though generally Megamate's the phone dating site, I live in Houston, it will have people from Beaumont, Texas, 90 miles away, Huntsville, Texas, 90 miles away, Conroe, 45 miles away, or Katy, Texas, 40 miles away. That doesn't make sense. When Houston has millions of people, millions of people just like Los Angeles. Look on Google images for yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about, or live cams, but here's one that calls me. Okay, because I leave certain women, I hear their recorded ad on Megamates. It's like recorded. I'm this person, da 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 da. Okay, she was age 54. Okay, I left my phone number for that one. Okay, because I thought, well, this might be interesting because she listened. Her recording went something like, "I'm down to earth. Occasionally go out to eat. Home time, cuddling up, talking." Remember, she said, "I'm a very articulate person. I'm looking for a good man that, drug and disease free, age 50 to age 75. Alright, I left my number. So, it's about a day later. She calls me. Okay, and I'm like, hello, And obviously she didn't listen very good. Because she went, hello, hello. And I'm like, yes, I'm here. I had to raise my voice. Yes, I'm here. And there's nothing wrong with the audio on my cell phone. So it was her. She's probably distracted with other crap. You usually always hear a television or some bullshit going on in the background. A lot of them you can hear screaming kids in the background, whining or whatever. That's bad business. Avoid those guys. Avoid them completely. You don't want to be a part of that nightmare. But we started talking, and she said, describe yourself. And I said, well, it's Alice. I described myself in my voice ad on Megamate. 6 feet tall, nice looking. I'm clean shaven. I'm a white shirt type guy, but I'm also a casual dresser. Blue jeans, and I like to wear bell-bottom pants on occasion. And okay, she's fine with that. And then she says, Earl, do you have any children? Here we go. And I want to touch base on that. I wish you women could hear what I have to say. And I'm like, so here we go. I have to drag that out of the chest or the bar. Yes, I have a son and I have a daughter. do they visit you, Earl? I say, no, they live further off, randomly, but not very often. Do you have any grandkids, Earl? So I got to drag that out. But yes, I've got some grandchildren with through my son and my daughter. Oh wow, do you ever let them stay with you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, let's drop that right there. Okay, women, listen up. Plaintiffs, quit that shit. Quit that shit. You know, you women, you're your own worst enemy. Of course, a good man, a man like me, you know, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in following, you know, I believe in love. But when we meet y'all, we want y'all to get to know us. We don't want to explain to you about some ex-wife and how many kids we have or how many grandchildren. I mean, this is stuff you women, you meet in the produce department, at a grocery store. You 50 plus women, or nowadays even 30 plus age women have grandkids. Y'all want to babble back and forth about because that's your primary natural interest. But with us men, of course most of us at my age 67, or men over age 40, they're going to have kids and probably grandchildren. But when we first start initiating with you, we want you to learn about us. Let us talk to you. Don't make us explain our life's history. Look, because when we're trying to meet y'all, initiate with you, we don't want to be redirected to talk about our children's lives or our grandchildren's lives. You women do that. Us men, we are not made that way. That comes later. Get to know the man first. Us men first. Learn about us. Learn about what we're looking for. Learn about what our criteria is in love. You know, don't worry about our kids or grandkids or whether we have any. You know? Learn this. Women, you are your own worst enemy in this life. Now, here's one. I hadn't heard from this woman in about 2 years. She was just a phone friend. She was in her 50s also. She had some major medical health problems. It was pretty bad. You know, she lived in this small apartment. She didn't have any car, and she didn't even have kids that cared. She could call them. Didn't even have a way to the grocery store. And she said, I can't walk under the freeway to a grocery store that's across the freeway from me. So I don't know how she worked with that. You know, other than she mentioned occasionally, you know, she'd get someone from the apartments, pay them some money to drive her over there and then drive her back. And one lady got the $20 for doing it for her. And then when she had her grocery cart outside the store, the bitch had already gone. You know? It's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. Well, I had sympathy for her there. My God, I felt for that woman. But here's something that gets me. There was a guy she got to know just talking, checking mail at the apartments where she lived. He would come up to her apartment every day around noon and sit on her couch, and he'd bring 2 6-packs of beer. He'd drink beer, and then he would just fall asleep on her couch. He was using her. He was using her. But here's where you women, you're your own worst enemy. She told me, she said, I guess I can talk to you about anything, Earl. You're blunt and descriptive, and, you're not interested in a relationship. Okay, she said, I want to, well, I'll keep it in a way, put this in a way, so that dorks won't be offended or it won't bother you too. I want to get down there and do oral on that guy so bad, man. I would like to do that. Yeah, I remember her name was Helen. I remember. And I said, Helen, just get over there and sit down on the floor. He's sitting on the couch. And just don't even ask him. Just say, hey, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. Give you oral pleasure. And she should have just done it, or whatever. But here's what she tells me. She says, I can't do that, Earl. He would think I'm some kind of floozy whore slut. And I told this, I said, Helen, aren't you even looking at what he is? He's a person that comes over there, uses your space so he can get drunk and pass out on your couch every morning. And then I said, Helen, men don't think like that. Do you think when a woman is going to drop her clothes for us that we're coming around them and they want to give us some sexual pleasure, do you think we're going to stop and go, oh, maybe she's a slut, whore, or a floozy? If a man thought like that, he would be the queer faggot of America. Men aren't made like that. When a woman comes forward with us like that, here's how we feel. She's got needs just like us, and it turns out she doesn't like to waste time, and she's honest. That's the way we feel. We don't think in the way you women think. For her to actually think that asshole, drunkard, that would pass out on her couch, she thought that he was going to look at her with a cringe face and think, oh my God, what a whore, what a slut. See, women, the fact that your minds work like that makes you your own worst enemy. You're your own worst enemy in life, women. Quit being stupid. Here's why you're that way. And Mark Rudolph pointed this out, and so does Tom Likas, on many a video that I've watched of those two men. Women take advice from what other women say about dating. That is your biggest mistake, women. Because these other women you're listening to, they don't date women, do they? Have they ever dated a woman? No. How the hell would they know? Instead, take advice from a man. That's where your best advice is going to come through. And if, when we meet you on initiation, you look us over or whatever, and you want to initiate sex, go ahead. Because any man that turns you down, he's some kind of queer from Muskogee, ladies. Go figure. He's going to want that. Why the hell do you think he would have initiated with you per internet or per phone, and then even met you in person if he didn't want to help you? Don't you get it? Did you think he was looking for a big sister or another mother? Get your heads out of your asses. And he's not going to think of you as a cheap whore or a cheap slut. He's not going to think like that. He's going to see you as an equal, and you've got needs just like he does. That's how he's going to look at it. And if he took advantage of that and never loves you but just comes around for the one thing, well, hey, even if you had never had sex with him, he'd still be coming around with ulterior motives and wrongful intentions and would not be a person that would ever love you anyway. You know? So, go figure that out. But anyway, this movie does not have to be 9 miles long or an hour long. You know, I made my point about that woman from, when was that, about 5 days ago. Don't ask us if we have kids or grandkids. Stop that shit. Because, see, we have to put ourselves down and go outside of ourselves and tell you about, well, my daughter, she's this. She went to college for this. And then I've got this son. You know, we don't want to do that. We want to hear about what you are interested in. We want you to listen to what we are interested in. And men, like I always say in my mgtow videos, don't spend money on women. Because every time you take a woman out to eat, or you spend money on them at some club or bar, what you're doing, you're paying for their time. You don't owe them. You don't owe them anything. Guys, quit that shit. The reason I'm using the shit word in this video, because it is shit what you women do, and you won't learn about us men. Quit listening to what your bitch friends are telling you about us men. They don't date women. Okay? They date men. So how the hell can they tell you what a man's gonna think? Like that Helen, thinking that alcoholic scumbag guy was gonna think she was a slut and a whore. That is so ridiculous. But anyway, everyone, I hope you're having a good day. My.